We're live, Glenn.
Are we live?
How's it
Oh,
going?
good God. It's going very well. It's going very well indeed. And you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Yeah? You been busy?
I've been as busy as I normally am, I suppose. By busy, that means desperately trying not to be busy.
I get that.
Yeah.
We had a lovely Halloween. Spooky.
Went trick-or-treating with my son just before.
Did you?
That was nice.
What is he this year?
He's 2.
That's quick for you. What is he dressed as this
He's
year?
dressed as a vampire.
Oh.
And he is a cute little vampire.
He's not... It's not as inventive as Chucky, I will say that.
No, we peaked. That was...
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all excited. We were given a ginger child.
Because you don't just do that every year.
I think we might do it again next year. Let the dust settle. Let him,
On a double,
Yeah.
a bi-year loop. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm going as a vampire on the weekend.
Vampires, it's a
Going
good
out-
solid.
Going out on the weekend, got a black shirt, just gonna
Yeah.
pop some fake teeth in. Out for you.
It's a good solid Halloween staple in it.
I got some mega fucking fake teeth. They're just the fangs, and you just stick them on, and you don't not none of those fake things that you shove in the whole mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
If
It's
you
good.
try to bite or pretend to bite your girlfriend's neck more than 4 times, it starts to get weird.
so I've got a 3 limit.
Yeah. There's 3 and you're golden. but
That's fine.
any more than that, it's time to reevaluate the situation, Glenn.
Well, this is not a vampire podcast.
No, it's not.
Far from it,
I
because
forgot we did
this
this bit.
is a video game podcast by the name of
Start
Start Continue. Harmonised a little bit.
We
there.
did, yeah.
Hit
I think it was just when we were going to pass out.
the same resonant frequency, kind of just oh god.
2 listeners just shat themselves because of that.
Ah, decent. Not paying for the cleaning.
No, it's good.
Not.
It's such a great way to say that word, is someone shat themselves.
Shat it. Absolutely shat
Yeah,
it.
it's great. Glenn,
Hello.
as this is a video game podcast, have you been playing any video games?
Well, yes, I have.
I know we've been
sir.
playing one of them that's the same, so maybe we should leave that one.
Well, I've not been playing anything else,
Oh, have you
so
not?
maybe I should throw it over to you.
Well, that's really handy, Glenn, because I haven't been playing anything else either.
Oh my good god! So we've been both playing Outer Worlds.
Yep.
The new absolute blockbuster.
How you feeling about it?
I fucking love it.
I think it's really good.
I think it's amazing.
I think it's my favourite game that's come out this year.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I think.
Unless Death Stranding does something fucking crazy.
I don't know if I'm going to get around to playing that.
Really?
Well, I've got this.
Yeah.
And then Pokemon's coming out soon.
When's old Death Stranding coming out?
8th of November. And Outer Worlds is a longish game.
Well, I'm 12 hours in on the main storyline, and it's given me that sort of barrier which goes, if you go any further than this, shit's going to be different after you've done it.
I've not been playing like that at
Yeah.
all.
So
I've been nipping right around.
well, I've
I-
gone back. There's planets I haven't been to yet.
Yeah, I definitely could just nip it in the bud and complete it, but I don't want to do that.
I'm not even sure if it's a complete thing. I'm not
No.
even sure. I think it's just a I think something's going to happen once I do this thing that's going to change stuff, and maybe the game carries on, because I don't believe that. I haven't been playing the game particularly well by any stretch of the imagination.
From what I've heard, there's been a lot of death.
Yeah, there has been a lot of death.
A lot of death.
Yeah, so I haven't been playing particularly well, and I'm already there at sort of 12 and a half hours.
Yeah.
I don't believe for a split second there is a Obsidian role-playing game that you can finish in 15 hours.
Yeah.
If you even if you say this mission I'm going to do is the last main story mission maybe, and it's 3 hours long or something like that, it's still only going to give you a 15-hour Obsidian game. I don't believe that.
I think the speed run at the moment's half an hour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy people that don't enjoy video games. Just pull your microphone up.
Is it up a bit?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Have that. Yeah, I love it. I love the humour in it.
Yeah.
It's a genuinely funny game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not with video games. It's very hard to be funny. It most of the time
it's naturally humorous. It feels human.
Yeah. A lot of the time, people are just like going over the top, trying to be funny, and it's just fucking cringy. Here's looking at you, Borderlands. But it is really funny. It's been written phenomenally well.
I will always champion a game that one of the dialogue options at any point is "fuck you."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I really want to play. Once I've finished, I really want to play through that game again. And apparently, if as per like the old school like Fallout games, if you set all your intelligence levels to like 0 or like 0 or non-existent, the dialogue options change and people treat you like an idiot.
All right, well,
yeah.
That's cool. Oddly enough, this is the first RPG I've ever played where dialogue I went heavy on.
I went pretty
heavy on it. I don't know why.
Heavy.
I don't know why. I never usually do that. I usually go with health and shooting.
Well, you just want to lure them into a sense of safety, and then you shoot.
Yeah, it spiraled out of control, my misdemeanor, and I didn't mean it to go that far.
Right, okay, let's go from the start. You saw a gun.
I saw a gun on the ship, like the first place you go, which is part of the world when you leave the planet. And I saw a gun that was on the table of the woman that was selling guns, and I thought, I want that. I'm going to buy it. And it wasn't for sale, so it must have been hers. So I went and did my mission. I went and spoke to who I had to speak to, and I had to walk past this shop on the way back to my ship.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll steal it, and then just like Skyrim or something like that. Yeah. There'll be an option to like pay a fine, or they'll stick me in jail. Not a chance. They wanted to murder me for my single misdemeanor.
Just the one?
Yeah, so I ran back to the ship, thought, right, it's fine. I'll let the dust settle. I'll go and do my mission.
Like real life.
Yeah.
Exactly
I'll
like real life.
come back and everyone will go, you scamp you.
Give us tenner and we'll call that off.
And they didn't, Glenn. They like, I was attacked the minute I fucking landed. And I then had to essentially blitz my way through that ship because I had to go and do something in order to progress the game. But obviously, because I upset people, it became a fucking first-person shooter instead of a role-playing game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I killed everybody.
Absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
Even the Moonhead lad.
Moonhead lad,
I think he's my favourite. I think that's the favourite bit of dialogue I've seen so far. Moonhead lad. Just keep pushing him until he can take no more.
No, till there's no more to be taken.
No, he doesn't seem very happy. No, how saying it's an RPG turning into a FPS? How do you find the shooting? And
I think it's good. I think it's much better than I'm used to in RPGs.
Yeah.
It's not quite as tight as Halo, but it's much better than Fallout.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really enjoying their slow down kind of bullet time thing.
I keep forgetting to use it.
Oh, it's a brilliant piece of kit. Because not only do you like add effects onto things, making the gameplay a bit more like, oh, he's coming at me, I'll cripple him, I'll shoot him in the head so he can't shoot back at me, so I can pick him off and blah 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 blah. It's fun. It's good to use. It feels nice.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy it. The combat for me is like really good. Like it's satisfying as well.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you're using like melee weapons or like shooting with your guns. And controlling your team as well is really efficient in combat as well, where you can send them to go attack one person or call them back and stuff like that. I really enjoy it.
That's good.
Who are you rolling with?
I can't remember the first girl you meet on that. Who wants to escape the
Parvati.
Is she in the plant land? Level in the greenhouse place.
No, she's the one with the goggles.
Yes. Yeah.
Parvati.
I have her permanently there. because I like her, and the fact she was the first person that tagged along.
Yeah.
She's like a permanent member of the team. Then there's the girl with the blonde hair that looks a bit like Captain Marvel.
The Doctor.
Yeah,
I've got her.
She's there. The guy, is it Rex? Is there a guy called Rex?
Max. The priest.
No, I've not got a priest.
Oh, the guy that you meet off the ship.
He's there, but he's only there because I keep forgetting to sack him.
Yeah. He freaks me out, so I kind of keep him on the ship.
Yeah.
I've unlocked the robot boy as well. But he stays on the ship. I've
no interest in the robot lad.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got him cleaned on the ship.
Yeah, no interest in him whatsoever. So yeah, a fine game. I recommend anyone that wants to play an RPG that thought Fallout was rubbish, like I did. They need to go and get themselves Outer Worlds.
If you've got a PC, it's well worth getting Games Pass on PC for. Just fire it up and have a go. It's well worth the price of admission alone.
I think it's one of those games that makes you like confused to what Games Pass is and how it is.
It also makes me confused to what games are, or even like what games were, because it feels like truly like it feels like an old game.
Yeah.
Because it gives you so much, and you're not. I don't know. It's weird. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does feel like an old game. I don't look at that as a positive. I still enjoy the game, but there's still I get irritated by things I can't climb on, which I could probably climb up. Yeah, and there's quite a lot of that. And it's one of those. It's a strange game because it goes from looking really nice to looking a bit shit. You know, it sort of flip flops around, but I do like how colourful it is. I love
the style to it, the art direction to it is outstanding.
Yeah,
it's really nice. Apparently, they don't need a colourblind mode in it because of the colour design.
Oh, right, well, that's good.
I don't know if that's right at all. I just saw it at a glance. Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah,
I'm not colourblind. Doesn't affect me.
So you don't care.
No.
There we go. But no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Considering it's a game, I think it's made on a AA budget. It's a mid-tier budget, and they've turned this.
I think it feels like a AA.
It does feel, but it's at the top end of AA. Like,
more so than Control.
Control looks a lot nicer, but this has got like a more heft to it. It's like.
I think if it, what you'd expect.
Oh, definitely. If it was as short as Control, it would look like Control, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's massive, so it needs to.
I think the AA and AAA thing's all a bit.
It's not
squiffy.
It's non-existent really anymore.
Yeah,
I didn't really see.
And Obsidian's a big studio.
Now it is. Now they're Microsoft.
Now that Microsoft it is, but even before that,
they weren't
B tier.
They weren't, but they weren't exactly the most profitable. Like they were even they were using Kickstarter and stuff a lot, like for Pillars of Eternity. So it's not like they were raking the money in and stuff like that. But now they have Daddy Microsoft.
Yes,
Big Daddy Microsoft. I can't wait for what they can actually do with this, like going into an Outer Worlds 2, which I'm sure they'll already.
I would thought so.
In production for, because
Microsoft will have a big fucking wide on for that, because Outer Worlds 2 will be an Xbox exclusive or Microsoft platform exclusive.
Yeah.
No Outer Worlds 2 for you, PlayStation.
No. Sad, but true. It's the world we live in.
It is the world we live in.
It's the world we live in.
We don't get Death Stranding.
I do.
You do.
I've got one.
I will want to borrow your PlayStation.
Eventually.
God, I hope that's a 6.
But to be fair, the embargo launches quite early.
Is it?
Yeah. So I think...
Arrogance, that, Glenn. Arrogance.
Really?
Kojima made a game in 4 years. Let's break it down. 4 years.
That's alright.
A Kojima game
in 4 years.
4 years.
That's a short amount of time. That
he spent the first year of it running around trying to find an engine.
That's quick for Kojima. Give him this fucking.
Promise. Yeah, I'm saying it's not a good thing.
I think it's fine. I think he could be given all the time of the day. Also, if they're chucking that out like the reviews like a week or two early, they're not. They can do what they want with it. They're not doing a Bethesda and going, these games are shitters. We're going to give you embargo on the day of release, if not weeks after.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It's positive. But if it is negative, fuck me, it's still going to be majestic. Like.
Oh yeah, it's an event game without fucking doubt.
Shadow of a doubt. The trailer's 8 minutes long, but
have you got any news?
I have news.
Because I know none of the news.
No. You've had a bit of a lazy week, you shitbag.
I have.
The Nintendo Switch?
I'm aware.
It's sold a lot.
It has sold lots.
It sold a lot.
41... Did it sell more than the Wii U?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've sold more than the Wii U. There's a joke in there somewhere.
There is.
Figure it out. Nintendo have sold 41.67 million units worldwide as of September 30th, 2019. That's unreal.
It is unreal.
In Nintendo's latest earning report, it announced that 4.8 million consoles were sold in the last 3 months before the end of September alone. Of these, Switch-like comprised 1.95 million of the total unit sales. The release of the new version helped out with these impressive numbers as its launch week. Japanese consumers bought 160,000 of them alone. That's a lot. In addition, sales of the original Switch increased by 12,000 units to 64,000 units sold within that first week. So even the new Switch is kind of generating more sales for the actual Switch. The report also mentioned the updated and incredible sales for statistics for collection of its first-party games. Released in September, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening was the first Nintendo title to snag the pole position in the UK physical charts. And now Nintendo said that remake has sold 3.13 million units, scooting ahead of Fire Emblem, and that's done 2.29 million. Super Mario Maker 2 is nearing 4 million units sold. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe hosts 4.59 million. And that's going to be just about to be released in China as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to go. Super Mario Odyssey and Smash Bros. Ultimate are neck and neck with 15.38 million units sold each. And Mario Kart 8, obviously, it's top dog with 19.1 million units sold. Big. And we haven't even hit the big Pokemon game yet.
No, that's crazy.
Unreal.
Crazy.
So yeah, they're doing all right, aren't they?
Yeah.
Our friends at Nintendo. Power to them. You wouldn't have seen this coming from the Wii U.
No, it's so good as well, because I do worry. I think any company can do a duffer, but look at Sega. It's when you get two duffers in a row.
Yeah.
And it was the Saturn that took Sega down, but the Dreamcast, as much as it was a good console, the damage had already been done for it. And if Nintendo would have had two shitters come out, I worry about what would have happened to them, like hardware wise. And it's odd as well, because like you'd like to see the games like Mario and stuff coming on other things, but there's just something about it.
It's special, isn't it?
Yeah. If Nintendo were to just do look what happened to Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic games used to feel special, but as soon as they weren't being run on that hardware, there was nothing special there anymore. I think that might even happen to Mario if that was.
It's almost like they know the hardware.
Yeah.
they love the hardware, so they're making a game for something that they already really
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah.
So you can feel that like joy in what they're making. Like
there's a fun in it. There's
Yeah.
a certain amount of fun in Nintendo stuff.
Breath of the Wild, especially.
Yeah.
You can feel like how much it was. Obviously, it was released on the Wii U, but it just feels so at home. Like when you're playing with it.
Yeah.
It just I couldn't think of playing it with like on anything else really.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be odd. Extremely odd. And power to may it continue. You were one of the fucking cronies that bought a Switch Lite. Still enjoying it?
I'm gonna be honest. I play it less now than I did when I first got it, but that's because when I first got it,
that's life, isn't it?
Zelda.
Yeah, have you completed that yet?
Yes. But
are you sure about that?
All but.
Oh, right, okay.
And to the point where I probably won't go back to it now.
Fucking hell, okay, fair enough.
But I hammered that when I first got it, and now kind of as soon as something else comes out for that console that I really really want to play, I'll be on it. You know, as soon as like fucking an Animal Crossing or something drops.
Oh, I can't wait for Animal Crossing.
No, it's gonna be ace. Animal
so
Crossing
good.
on Switch just seems fucking perfect.
Yeah, I'm well. I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
I want it in my life. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good, Animal Crossing.
it is. What have we got?
Sorry, I'm in Animal Crossing. Cobra. Sony is also sold a lot, enough to become the second best selling console ever, which is a lot. Sony has detailed in its financial results for Q2 2019, which is the 3 months ended in September 30th, and revealed that the PlayStation 4 shipped 2.8 million units worldwide in that time frame. This figure is slightly down from blah blah blah. I'm not going to go through that. As confirmed, July 2019, the PS4 reached 100 million units shipped milestone, and combined with its numbers from Q2 of 2019, that brings it up to a total of 102 million units. That's a lot. Nearly 103 million units even, edging the PS4 past the performance of the original PlayStation. However, the PlayStation 2 remains the best selling console of all time at 150 million units. Everyone had a PS2. So yeah.
Do you know what's strange about PS2?
What?
Probably my least favourite console.
It's not my least favourite console. I don't think. I'm trying to think. It's not one that I remember like fondly. Like PS1 is like fucking it's nostalgia. All my other little consoles, like even the Wii, I think I've got a bit more nostalgia for than the PS2, even though I had that.
But everything about the PlayStation 2, like I had one, I played loads of stuff on it, but I hated the way it looked. Always hated the way it looked. I thought it was ugly.
I wouldn't say I hated the way it looked.
Yeah, no. Even when I bought it, I thought this is not a good looking.
I thought it looked pretty swish. I was lonely, baby.
Yeah, so mind you saying that, I suppose PS2 would have been Dreamcast time, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's in a weird in between, is it?
I think so. I don't know, but like if that generation. Like it's Dreamcast I've got the nostalgia for. Right.
Let's see. I'm just going to have a double check. Oh, good God. So what the fuck is that? I've just seen an absolute weird boy. Yeah, it is. It is. Came out in '88 in Japan, '99. And PlayStation was the year after.
Yeah.
Apparently, the VTech Smile is also included in the 6th generation of consoles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
No, the Zavis port and the IQ player. I've seen the IQ player. I think that was the Nintendo 64 or something like that in China.
Oh right, okay.
how they got around it.
Was the N64 that gen as well?
No.
No,
The
I
gen
was just
before.
thinking that was PlayStation. Yeah, it would have been GameCube. Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's with the Casino Loopy and the Sega Saturn, the Nintendo 64. Apparently the Jaguar's included with that generation.
Yeah, I remember that.
Fuck.
Crazy time.
Crazy days.
Crazy time.
Crazy days. I forgot what we were even talking about. Oh, consoles you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like PlayStation 2.
Good.
It's a good console.
Next news.
Next news. You like Dragon Age, don't you?
I do.
Don't think it's coming soon.
Ever.
Maybe. EA says the next Dragon Age game is targeting a 2022 release at the very earliest, as discussed in its Q2 earnings.
It's because they've scrapped it because Anthony died.
Dragon Age 4, if that's what it's going to be called, has undergone innumerable reboots and revisions within BioWare after creative director Mike Laidlaw departed the project, and general manager Casey Hudson put on a brave face and said the team is still trying to figure out what the next Dragon Age will look like. Back when it was announced, BioWare claimed it wouldn't be fully formed until 2021 at the earliest. However, Hudson recently mentioned that the Dreadwolf Rises Dreadwolf Rises. That was their second one, isn't it? That because they fucked it off, and then they did Dreadwolf Rises, but maybe that's fucked off as well.
Why do I feel like Dreadwolf might be the code word for microtransactions?
Oh, look at all those Dreadwolves. But the words Dragon and Age were left unuttered during the entirety of EA earnings call until an investor asked about it. And he said, I mean, you should assume that there is a Dragon Age out there. We've talked about it publicly, and that's in the works, and probably comes after fiscal 2022. But we typically don't give a multi-year guidance this early, or in the multi-year guidance period, so I don't want to start giving 23 guidance now that I've started to hit on 22, he said, which is fair. But yeah, that's in a bit of a pickle by the sounds of it.
Sounds like it.
Which is sad because it's a brilliant little franchise.
EA does just seem to be the death touch for games, doesn't it? Now
it's always kind of been that, like with its studios.
For if it's
the amount of studios they've gone through,
and if it's not sports related, then it's fucked.
They even got rid of Maxis. Fucking hell, they made Spore.
Yeah.
The Spore. Fuck you.
SimCity was Maxis as well.
I know, fuck them. They were terrible. Spore was where it's at.
I enjoyed Spore.
I quite liked Spore.
I liked Spore. I thought it was... But it was another Molyneux type game though, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
We're going to give you the world and then extra stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, but it's just not though, is it? I like the way it turned into different games as you went.
Yeah, I enjoy. I just think as soon as it turned into that trading simulator at the end.
The RTS.
Yeah, just sort of lost it. I enjoyed the Command and Conquer style thing it turned into.
Oh yeah.
When you
were either trying to fuck everyone over with your ships, or
and I thought it was hilarious when you actually sent a nuke.
Yeah.
You know, that was so. I remember even though that was the first time I think in the game when I nuked them, and then I thought like, what have you done?
Yikes!
And when you realise that you've wiped the other civilization completely off the face of the planet.
It's not alive. That's called a Holocaust, mate.
Yes,
that's full on genocide.
Genocide, mate.
Full on, not a little bit.
Like that's I should have been in The Hague.
Oh yeah, Space Hague. In Space Geneva.
So yeah, no, it was good spot. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed it, then maybe keep your ears peeled, because EA divulged that is planning to deliver exciting remasters of fan favourites during the same call. This is going to be a very EA heavy.
FIFA 2000.
Oh,
FIFA
mate.
2001.
FIFA 2000 was a fucking belter.
FIFA World Cup.
FIFA 2000 had Robbie Williams in it, so
to play.
Yeah. He was an actual footballer.
The only time I want to see Robbie Williams in a game is if it's a first-person shooter.
And he's doing the shooting.
No. It's like he's the end boss.
Oh, What a weird game that would be.
Yeah, and everywhere he opened his arms and little like take that's come out to.
Fair enough. 1 year ago, the developer and he starts rapping halfway through. Sorry, announced his intention to remaster the real-time strategy game Command & Conquer: Tiberian Dawn, including its 3 expansions and Command & Conquer: Red Alert. EA and Petroglyph Games will deliver the classic experience with the option for the original resolution and in 4K. But it isn't stopping there, Lee.
Good God.
Though speaking about the company's ambitions for the next fiscal year, CEO Andrew Wilson said there may be some other remasters that we do along the Command & Conquer line that we just haven't announced yet. As well as Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, EA would like to make exciting remasters of fan favourites. So yeah, they've got a lot of IP on the cards, and they could do a lot with it.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, look, you've got Mass Effect trilogy, Dead Space.
Mass Effect has been crying out for something. The only thing I worry about Mass Effect now is even a remaster isn't good enough.
It's gonna feel old.
It needs a remake. Because I've played Mass Effect in 4K and it still looks shit.
Knights of the Old Republic.
That needs a remake though.
Yeah.
But like Knights of the Old Republic without real time strategy, like without turn based.
Oh, that'd be nice. I can't. Yeah, I guess I could go with it because it wasn't so turn based.
I think that would feel ancient now because it's World of Warcraft essentially.
Oh yeah.
It's MMO territory, and we've progressed beyond that.
We've got all like the old Need for Speed.
Yeah, but who the fuck wants to play an old Need for Speed game?
Which is the one that's the PS2 one that's really Need for Speed. I've forgotten. But there's a Need for
Hot
Speed.
Pursuit.
No.
Hot Pursuit was
Underground. Underground was the big one when I was growing up.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've never liked Need for Speed games, never. So it's
me neither.
Not for me.
To be honest. But it's up there. It could be done, which is exciting. More EA news.
I actually think when you just said like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and what was the other one?
Old Republic.
I can't remember. Yes, Old Republic. But when you actually break it down, EA haven't got a lot of like classic franchises that they can start remaking. Because they've always been about the football and the egg.
They're going to bring back Madden 86.
I didn't hate EA's Formula 1 game, actually.
Was it alright?
Yeah, it was alright.
But is alright good enough?
No, not at all. Codemasters have just been confirmed, actually, for that. Till 2025.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. I can't think of... I can't see it as a problem, to be perfectly honest. Every year Formula 1 comes out, it's a little bit better than last year.
Oh, that's always good. Especially with like a year-on-year franchise, because like we've seen with like the WWE series, especially.
It's not good.
It's not good.
PlayStation are offering refunds. Have you seen that?
They are as well.
That's how broken.
I'm a bit annoyed that you didn't get it because I really wanted to see how shit it was.
Oh, it's so funny though. Like something smelt funny about that game. Because every year I buy it, and every year I buy the collector's edition with all the
and you're like,
stuff. Like, not this year.
This year.
You're not having me. Yeah, poor WWE games. Hopefully hopefully a proper stinker means there isn't one next year.
Or it revs up like AEW are going to come in and go.
Oh well, Yucks must be fucking chomping at the bit for this, especially if they've got time.
Yeah.
To really go in, because when you think about the shackles have been on them for so long with those games by using the same engine and stuff for years. Just the confines of that, there must be so many things that were put forward like we'd like to do this or we can't do this, we haven't got time, and now they can do all the stuff they want to do. I can't wait.
Everything. They're going to have 16 versions of Kenny Omega.
16 versions of Kenny.
At least. Have you seen him with the old Undertale mask on?
Kenny?
Yeah.
No.
And came out on the Halloween whatever it was.
I'm gonna watch that later.
And he had his old Undertale mask on. Fair play. Another announcement during this financial earnings call. Big earnings call for EA. A lot of hype behind it. Blake Jorgensen, the CFO, revealed that Apex Legends, Respawn Entertainment's free-to-play battle royale game, will launch on new platforms following its impressive growth since launch. It was released only this year as well, early 2019. It's a spin-off of Titanfall, obviously, but instead of your giant mechs, you've got lads with guns.
Right.
Currently, Apex Legends is available on PC, PS4, Xbox One. Last May, it was announced that Apex Legends will make its way to mobile and Android, iOS and Android, obviously. However, it is yet to release on other platforms. But since its debut, Apex Legends has become one of EA's most popular franchises at the moment. 70 million players are registered. So yeah, during the financial earnings call, he stated that Apex Legends will become one of the publisher's vital online games going forward, in addition to new content for the game, which has already seen new characters, weapons and maps in its first year alone. Apex Legends will also launch on new platforms during the 2021 fiscal year. So maybe, yeah, that sounds good for that. I'm worried a bit about Titanfall and where that's going, because they're shutting down the servers for that as well. Titanfall 2, I think, which fair play, because they've been giving it away for $5.
Yeah.
I'm a bit annoyed with Titanfall 2. They brought that out at the same time as, what was it, Battlefield?
Yeah.
That's all weird. That was weird.
It was stupid. And but it's fine with shutting the servers down, but it's also still a EA Access game.
Yeah.
So if you're paying for EA Access, they're kind of taking something away if you're...
You still got the single player, I guess.
Yeah, but there's with nothing to replace it. They're just living on the idea that, oh well, you'll go and play Apex, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. But it makes me a bit wary of how they're going to treat Respawn. Like, is this is their job now? Are they just making?
Oh, absolutely.
Are they just making that Star Wars game, and then everyone just goes on to Apex and goes, make as much shit as you can?
Yeah.
We're gonna milk this. I worry.
Yeah, I do.
I worry a lot. But yeah, fair play to him. I like Apex Legends. It's better than Fortnite.
It is a lot better than Fortnite.
They're bringing out duos as well.
So. See, there's something about it, and I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is, but I don't see a way of saving it. I don't like playing free-to-play games.
Do you not?
And there's some, even if they give you enough to get on with, I always feel like I'm gonna come up against that paywall.
I get.
Yeah, and it's always in the back of my mind, and I just still have this thing where I just prefer the honesty of, I'd like to play your game. Here is some of my money. Can I have your game?
Your game, please. They're like, no, you have to buy it in installments of £10.
Yeah, and if you really, really like it, you'll probably spend loads of money. I'm not keen.
I'm always wary of free-to-play games. Like, for me, it's almost like a fucking swear word.
Yeah,
free-to-play.
Yeah.
Like, when it first started, I didn't like it. Now I don't like it.
I'd argue it's destroyed the mobile phone ecosystem for games.
It's it's. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for proper games.
Yeah. You can't move because of all the free-to-play ones.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's people have become accustomed to not paying for games.
They
on phones.
expect, like, oh, you've got a game out. How much is it? It's a £10.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, it's a phone game. Sorry,
it's a phone game.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that it's free. No, it's a £10. What you do is you buy the game and then you play the game.
It's not happening.
Not happening. So yeah, I worry for that. But I would like to see it on the Switch.
Yeah,
because I want a good game like that on the Switch. Because I can't get Battlefield on Blackout on the Switch.
Yeah,
perfect on the Switch. That'd be good. Sony has filed trademarks for PS6, PS7, PS8, PS9 and PS10 in Japan. So there you go.
That's a lot of PSs.
It's a lot of PSs. Not much more to say about it. They usually trademark like only one at a time. They've never done like a big bulk of this before.
Suggest to me, because there's have we got the PS5 stuff that's come out on the news?
No.
Because they dropped they dropped a lot more info on it, didn't they?
Have they?
Yeah, but to me, this screams getting ready for like more incremental updates of consoles. It's even coming down to the Xbox have said that what we were talking about the other week is going to be a thing for the new Xbox, where you can pay £30 a month or whatever it is, and you get an Xbox Game Pass and something, and everything lumped into one. You pay it off direct debit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a mobile phone model, and it makes me wonder how. It makes me wonder where it's going to go. It's how far into this phone model are we going to go?
Okay. Well, I'll have a look, and then we can talk about that
in
the Patreon.
It looks so creepy.
Patreon, we've got one. Go do it, please. PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gold games, they've been announced. And they're pretty good, actually. For PlayStation Plus, you get Neo, which I played this year properly.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Absolutely fucking loved it, mate. I think it can't be my favourite game of the year, but I think it is my favourite game that I've played this year. Yeah. It's an absolute belter. It's like Dark Souls, but you're a samurai. Hello? And it's got Diablo loot. Hello? It's my game. It's a game for me. You've also got Outlast 2. I've not played Outlast 2, played Outlast 1, and that was scary. There were some lads with massive choppers in the first Outlast, and they just chased you.
Yeah.
I'll let them catch me any day. Hey, with Xbox games, with the gold, with the live, and the Xbox, you get Sherlock Holmes as the Devil's Daughter. That's fun. I'll play a Sherlock Holmes game.
I won't. They're shit.
Not wrong. You also get The Final Station. I've had that on my...
I thought you were going to say Final Solution then.
No. I don't think we're quite there yet. I think it's a bit too soon.
Yeah,
I think it's still
on the
fresh.
nose a bit.
Yeah. I don't think it's tasteful.
30-35 will be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. The Final Station.
Right.
I've had this on my console, just sitting there for a while. It's a not a PS Plus. It's a Xbox Games Pass game.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks indie-ish, and you also have Joyride Turbo.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. But also, strangely enough, you get Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
All of these sound shit.
Yeah.
All of it sounds bad, Claire.
Apart from Neo, which is sound.
Yeah.
Scraping the barrel, really, for these kind of Xbox Gold games. And
I think, I kind of think they should. They're going to find it so hard to do, but they need to ditch Gold now.
And just go to the Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to ditch Game Pass. Yeah. They need to ditch Gold, because anything good is just going to come to Games Pass. Anything. Yeah. So,
like that.
What do you do? Do you reduce the price of Gold slightly, or see what in an ideal world, like online play would be part of Game Pass?
Yeah. Well, I've got the Ultimate subscription, so technically for me.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I should stop that, really, because I don't really need the PC one. I just need the PC one for Outer Worlds, and then that'll do me. I could stick with just the two, even just the one, and then when I need Games Pass, I can go into it and go.
Yeah.
Boot me back up, son. I did that 1 year. 1 year, 1 month when I was a bit tight on cash, and it worked an absolute treat. So yeah, I'm going to do that again. Talking about Xbox, Xbox Insider members who are part of the Alpha and Alpha Skip Ahead rings in either the US or the UK are now able to test out Xbox console streaming, which allows Xbox users to play Xbox One games on devices other than the television they have the console hooked up to.
Yeah.
Right now, the program is limited to Android mobiles or tablets, Microsoft has announced which must be running Android 6.0 or higher. I think I'm fucked.
Really?
I think so. I think they stopped on the. This is an S8. Think they not released it for the S8. I'm not sure. I'll have a look in. Or higher and feature Bluetooth 4.0 capabilities. Bluetooth-enabled wireless Xbox One controller is also required.
You will be fucked on that because I don't think that'll have that type of Bluetooth on it.
No,
that'll be 3.0.
We'll have a look in a bit.
Yeah.
If you meet all these requirements, you'll be able to stream your Xbox games collection, including Xbox Games Pass titles, to a mobile device. Fun times. Bit behind the times, maybe, because you've been able to do that on PlayStation on day one, pretty much, haven't you?
Yeah. There's also third-party apps.
Yeah.
That let you do it. I bought one called.
Oh yeah, you did as well.
One Player or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. That works well. I imagine a Microsoft only thing would work better. So. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, it's something I thought that's a really good idea. I'll use that loads, and I never use it.
It's nice to know you've got it.
Yeah.
It's nice to know you've got it.
It's good for iPads and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Android stuff at the minute, but it'll obviously come to like iOS. But any sort of tablet thing, it feels a bit better playing with a controller in a tablet than it does.
Well, and a controller in a phone.
Yeah, I think the like when I go on holiday and stuff like that, if xCloud works reasonably well enough, I know I'm going through a good Wi-Fi. I can see myself throwing a controller in my bag because I've got my iPad with me.
Oh yeah. That's a shout. Remember Diablo?
Yeah. Well, fuck, why? We talked about Diablo last week. Fuck Diablo.
We're going to talk about it again because Diablo 4 is a big throwback to Diablo 2 according to the latest leak for BlizzCon. So it got leaked last week before. Either way, it got leaked by a guy named Practical Brush 12. It states that Blizzard's action RPG sequel will be one giant wink to Diablo 2 fans with a dark and gritty tone. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because of all those whimsical Diablo games that have come out.
They've got cows and stuff in it. Locations are toned down, explains the post, which states that Diablo 4's environments are more interactive and infrequently laid with corpses, wasteland greyish deserts, cult caves surrounded by flesh, rotten crypts, marshes and bogs, and plague cities. Sounds like a goth wet dream.
Doesn't it?
The leak also refers to 3 playable classes, Barbarian, Mage and Druid, while stating that this iteration of the Diablo formula will feature rideable mounts, 4-player co-op, and skills lifted directly from Diablo 2 itself. And we'll know that all by Friday or tomorrow.
Oh, is that when the is that BlizzCon? Is it
BlizzCon? I think it finishes tonight.
They need to do something because they upset people.
They've upset a lot of people recently. Yeah. If they're not, annoying Diablo fans and Blizzard fans directly, they're being not political and being political.
Do you know what? After the great stand by people like, no, you can't do this against the people of Hong Kong. You know, there was a great stand where people started like deactivating their Blizzard account, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what one of the biggest searches is right now if you put Blizzard into Google?
Call of Duty.
How to reactivate my Blizzard account.
Oh, Christ. Fuck it. But yeah, I don't understand. They're going to announce that Epstein didn't kill himself. I think that's their next play.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah.
There was a pathologist that was employed by the family
that
oversaw the autopsy, said that the injuries sustained were probably not caused by himself.
Oh, it's the strangulation thing, wasn't it? Yeah. I hate it when people commit suicide by homicidal strangulation. What a sad way to go.
I know, it's that bedsheet killed him.
I was just standing there and then I fell on the bedsheet and I just strangled myself. But it looks like someone's pulled it, but that's just because it was me.
I was doing the stroke and I was leaning into it.
You know, thinking of all the Not the kids.
No, dwarves.
No. Yeah. They're just really small. I don't even know how they got here.
Oh, wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast. Fun.
Is news?
I think that's news, mate.
Is that news, mate?
That's news, mate. It's been a lovely little time.
It has been a lovely little time.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to what we're going to talk about now, I think we're going to go talk about horror games at the beginning of Halloween.
We're going to talk about horror games.
Yeah, if you want to listen to us talk about horror games, then please go and subscribe to the Must See Audio Patreon, where you'll get our extra patron podcast. You'll get an extra patron podcast from Martin and myself. There's loads of stuff. There's extra stuff.
It's quite a bit of stuff.
This week. Must See Audio has had a big week. There's been a podcast for every day, but one day there was 2 podcasts put out.
Everyone's running on full cylinders. 5
podcasts Must See Audio put out this week. That is the most we've ever put out. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you very much for watching this. If you're still watching it, or if you're watching it in the future, and
the future.
We'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye, mates.